G'day viewers, this is Jeff from McPhee's Gardening Services. Today we're going to do a little demonstration of rose pruning. I have over 30 years experience in my business of gardening, and I found one thing with rose pruning: keep it simple. A lot of experts go on about technical cuts, do it this particular way. I've got 3 or 4 basic rules. Using good equipment, we can always, a backyard gardener can have one of the best rose gardens around. First of all, the equipment we need is of course gloves. Should have long sleeve shirts on. I don't, because I get hot and I'm doing this every day, and through our winter time in the southeast suburbs of Melbourne. And in the timing of rose pruning, normally down here we do it between June and August. Frosty areas, leave it till late July, August. Otherwise, you can virtually do it any time from start of June right through to August. It doesn't really matter that much down where we are. Equipment: bypass secateurs, good clean cut, bypass loppers for the bigger canes, and a little saw for the larger canes again that we need to remove. Always clean with methylated spirits between rose bushes to avoid spreading diseases. At the end, when we've pruned our roses, we apply an application of lime sulphur for prevention and eradication of diseases. During the growing season, we'll apply a sea sole to invigorate the root growth and cause sudden impact for roses. Our next step will be, we'll go and have a look outside in our garden and we'll demonstrate to you how easy it is to prune roses. Alrighty, let's have a look at techniques of pruning roses. Keep it simple, as I said before. We want to make it a vase. We want to take 2/3 of it. We want to take all the dead wood out. We want to take all the spindly growth, and we always want to take the canes that are actually heading in towards the middle. We want that middle open. Gives air circulation, makes it a healthy rose later. So 2/3, looking at a leaf node, cutting out all the small spindly ones, and it's a pretty simple process. Rightio, as we explained before, we want to take 2/3 of our plant. We want to open up the middle, we want to get rid of all the dead stuff. So you see this with a leaf node, I call them. Well, that's going to shoot back in there, so we don't want that. So we're going to find one down here which has got a leaf, here's a leaf node. We come to the outside. Now, that's probably a little bit spindly, so we'll get rid of that altogether. So we're going to open up the middle. Now, again, there's I call them a leaf node, 45-degree angle, cutting. Same here, there, you see where the leaf node's coming out there. Right, 45-degree angle. Water, and that's going to shoot out there. That's a bit spindly, so we'll take the whole middle out there because we want to keep it open. And again, this is where a new leaf will grow out there, and we'll cut in the direction. Simple. Again, one here as well. So we're just left with 4 or 5 canes. Quite simple. And we'll work our way through each plant. As you see, one I've done earlier, this one here, it's 3 or 4 canes, taking 2/3 off. Where the leaf node is there, we cut the middle out. It's all done. Another type of rose that you might come across in your garden is a carpet rose. This one is a standard carpet rose. Beautiful display, stands up well above the ground, but a lot of them are on the ground. Carpet roses are easy to prune. All you need to do is just shear them right back to a small ball, or on the ground, just a nice little compact. Don't worry about vase, don't worry about leaf nodes, just cut it, right, just cut right hard back. As hard as you can until you get to a stage where it becomes a small ball. No worries about, get all the dead wood out of it, of course, as we mentioned, that's important. Clean the dead wood out, and we'll see how we go. One thing you can do with carpet roses, you can use shears. Don't have to rip the sides. I've got one of these important tools before, but hedge shears. We can use motorised shears if you want, but I find this is quicker, easier. That's all we have to do. I just like reducing it down. Get it right down to it. Once we got it down to small area, we can just go along and prune out all the dead wood. Any dead wood in there, just prune out with secateurs and just clean up the edges. Not as precise as a normal bush rose, but quite good. But do yourself a favour and get one of these carpet roses standards. This is a beautiful pink one. There's different varieties, and very good show. Very easy to grow, and not much maintenance at all. So something to add to your garden. Okay, now that we've finished the pruning, it's a good idea just to give the canes a bit of a spray with the lime sulphur. What it does, it stops prevention like mildew and scale and all the variety of stuff. So give it a good soak the ground as well. You'll find it get rid of all that powdery white mildew and all that. The other thing to do is to remulch. I use a sugarcane mulch. Don't feed until spring, till the new growth comes. Sudden impact for roses, and a application of sea soil for the root. You could do that now, the sea soil, but I like to do it in the growing season. Planting new roses, soak them in sea soil before you plant them out. It's another good little trick. And as I say, mulch it all over and job's done. Well, there you have it, pruning for roses. Thanks for watching our video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you picked up a couple of little tips to help you when you want to prune your roses this winter. Just remember, keep it simple. Don't be frightened about all these technical terms, all these specialists, all these selected few that have certain views on pruning of roses. There's many ways to do it, but I reckon if you've got those little simple steps I've explained, you won't go wrong. Fertilise regularly through the growing season of spring and summer and autumn. Mulch and water well, and you can't go wrong. Remember, a rose is one of the hardest plants to have in your garden. So give it a crack. If you are time poor, sure, call on a contract gardener. But really, it's not that hard. Check our webpage on www.mcpheesgardening.com.au.